One of the most liberating and frightening moments of my life was when I realized that no one's coming to save me. I remember at the time I was really going through some sort of nervous breakdown, and reality as I knew it was shifting. The way I was feeling, the way I was being, my whole existence was different. It was not what I knew. The way I saw reality was different. The way I showed up in reality was different. My whole experiences around me, like senses and feelings, they were just different. And I was really going through something. And I honestly didn't even have the words to verbalize what I was going through. And I remember very clearly where I was. I was walking into my house. I had just gotten off the phone with my therapist. And this thought just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, Shifra, no one's coming to save you. I remember feeling relief within the hour of talking to my therapist. Like, I felt good in that hour, like some sort of relief. But then the minute I hung up, it was like, she's not going to save you, Shifra. And it was this terrifying, terrifying thought, because I needed help, and I needed help bad. And I also, like I said, I didn't know how to verbalize that. I didn't know how to explain to even myself what was going on in my head and how I was feeling. The way I can explain it now is just, for anybody that's experienced like a bad trip, with psychedelics or weed or whatnot, that's sort of the closest I can describe it, where reality as you know it is not the same, and you're I was very disassociative. I was very much like unease. I wasn't sure what was real and what wasn't real. I was hearing things, and I wasn't, I just, reality as I knew it just did not exist anymore. And it was kind of like someone just dropped me, and I didn't know where I was, and I couldn't explain what was happening to me. And I also was trying very hard to pretend to be normal, that things were okay. And I remember walking up the steps to my house and thinking to myself, like, this realization, like, Shifra, no one's coming for you. Like, no one's gonna save you. And that was really frightening. That was terrifying, because like I said, I needed help. But it was only terrifying because at the time I didn't know my worth yet. I didn't know that I have everything in me that I needed. And that is why it was so frightening. Now it's liberating. I don't need to look to the external for things on the outside of me to help me or heal me. Yes, I do, because we are interdependent and we need each other. But I first can come from this place of trusting myself, knowing myself, connecting with the me that's going to save me. It's so liberating knowing that only you are going to save yourself. And I remember thinking that as soon as that thought hit me, like, no one's coming for you, Shifra. No one's coming for you. It was terrifying, because it was like I realized I have to show up for myself. And that was even more terrifying, because I was so desperate. I was in such a despairing situation that I didn't believe that I had what it took, and I knew that was my only answer, but I didn't believe in that answer. And so it was terrifying. And I remember thinking, like, Shifra, you got to help yourself. You got to show up for you. And it took time. But eventually that became so powerful, because I believe I have everything I need in me. And once I can come from that place, of course, I ask for help. And I'm learning to ask. It's definitely, it's a struggle sometimes for me to ask for help. But once you recognize you have everything it takes in you, everything, it is the most powerful thought. Only you are going to save yourself. only you. And I'm talking about the you, the inner you, your essence, your soul, your neshama, your godly soul, the part of you that is God, the part of you that's connected to God, to Hashem. That part of you is going to save you. Only you. And God is infinite and he's limitless and he's ready and willing and he's here. He's like, just hold my hand and just make a move and I'm going to help you. I'm helping you. And that is when you really, really can believe in your koach, in your strength, in your potential, in your capabilities and your abilities. Then that thought of no one's going to save you but yourself becomes so liberating and powerful. And that is what I wanted to share today, because so much of us, myself included, look to the external for help. And yes, that's important, and at times it's very necessary. But when we are looking to the external for help, we first must come with the intention that I can help myself with this tool that I'm using. It's me, and this is just a tool. That's the intention we want to be going into when we're looking for other things to help us. So, whether it's meditation, it's a therapist, it's any sort of form of psychology, therapy, medicine, plant medicine, whatever it is, the intention should be, I'm the one here. I'm showing up. Me inside, my essence, my neshama is what's helping me. And these are all just tools. And that's what I wanted to share today. Stay strong. Love you all. And Shana Tova Umasuka.